Welcome in, everybody. This is Bob with KC Craps, and I appreciate you joining me today as we are going to go over a system that, again, feels like a skill 66, but we're going to upscale it and put $76 on the board. We're just going to go heavy on the 5s and 9s. It's a very simple little strategy. Can get out in 2 to 3 hits. We're going to do a quick little demonstration. I'll do a live roll, see if we can't make some things happen, but we know how the craps table is. Sometimes they give it. Sometimes they take it. Let's find out. All right, so today let's talk about this strategy that I was introduced to when I was playing out at Harris Casino during our premier casino hosting event that took place last weekend. And it was a very interesting grinding type of system that actually, if you can target your dice, especially after 5s and 9s, this could be a system that could possibly benefit you as a shooter. So let me go ahead. Here's $100 in nickels that I'm going to go ahead and buy. That's my bankroll of $500. I basically want to show this system to you. See what you guys think. I did do this in my bankroll series video on Monday, but I wanted to do a video specifically on this. So how it works is you start off with $76. So there is 75. Let me get 5 ones and then leave them with that. All right, $76 is what it takes to start this strategy. And like I said, it has the feel of a skill 66. You will start off on 15s on the 6 and 8, which means you have to have $3 in caps. And then your outsides will actually go to $20 each. Instead of 15, it'll go to 20. And it starts off like that. So if the 5 or 9 hit, that is going to pay you $28. What you can do from there is you want to take it up. So let's grab 5 nickels. So that's 25. I'm going to drop them $2. And now we're going to go from $20 to $35 on each of those. $35 on a 5 or a 9. Well, that's easy to figure out. 25 pays you $35. 10 pays you $14. So that's $49, $1 for 50 essentially. That's if the 5 or 9 hits. If it hits again, well, it will pay you that $49. You take the $49, you drop these back down to $20 a piece. There's 30, 40, 50, 75, $79. And that's after starting at 76. You're out of the hand. Now, the nice thing about this system is that if you're hitting 5s and 9s and you do this and you take it up and you take it right back down on the second hit, do it again. Just keep going up and down. Now, let's talk about what happens if it goes on the inside. So the inside is going to pay you $21. If you drop them, say, $3, that allows you to take the 6 and 8 up to $30 each. On that second hit, it'll pay you $35. And then if you drop it back down again, you're actually going to be in the hand for just a little bit. So let's do this. I'll put a quarter there and a quarter there. We need 3 and 2. 3 and 2. Nickels come back. So that means you now have 35, 45, 55, 59 that you take off. If you're hitting the 6s and 8s and it hits twice and then regress right back down, you're still in the hand for $7, but that's not bad. Now, if the 6 or 8 hits, you take it up to the next level to 30. and then all of a sudden a 5 or 9 hits, well, then just drop them the couple bucks you need to get those up to 35. Next hit, you can regress. So either way you want to play it, it is a system that allows you to get out in 2 or 3 hits. If the 5 and 9s are the ones that are hidden, you wind up putting yourself in a really good position for 2 hits and out. So I want to do a quick live roll of this. Let's see how this works in action. I got my dice here, dumping them out real quick. I got 2 3s, 2 1s, and a 5. I'm going to take my 2 3s, and we're going to have a come out roll. Here is our first toss. So we get a 6-2 easy 8 to start. Mark that 8. Let's take it down. Now let's see if we can't get some inside numbers. Got my dice here. Here is our first toss. That's a 1, 2, 3. Doesn't help or hurt. We'll just keep moving. The biggest thing about this is, it's like I was talking about the skill 66, you have to be patient with it. Don't rush. Don't overextend. Just play your hand how it is. There's a 3 right back. Holy cow. If you're a horn player, you want to get those horn bets in, right? Let's toss again. We have, there's a hard 4. Slide him down. Throw again. Like I said, be patient. That's probably the hardest thing to do as a craps player because you want to get that adrenaline going. There's another 4. Maybe we should have gone the other way, right? With this shooter. All right, here we go. Oh, wow, that one bounced all the way back. And a hard 4. Man, we are hammering the 4s, but we are not going to do anything about it. I know. It's tough not to do it, but essentially, if you're playing with a very low bankroll and you are finding yourself in a position where you don't want to overextend yourself, you need to get that money up and going, this is the best way to do it, is just staying patient. Yo, 11. We are seeing some really awesome rolls, but again, you don't want to overextend. Next toss. We just need a 5, 6, 8, 9, please. There we have aces in both places. Holy cow. Okay, so I got to mark this. We've hit aces, 3, 4. We hit an 8 and a yo so far. I hadn't been keeping track of it, but I guess we'll pay attention now. Going with a 3, 5, 3, 1, trying to get an inside number. Here's our next throw. That's a 6, 1. Okay. We all know that's how craps is sometimes. So I'm going to drop them $76. Whoops, wait a minute. I went the wrong way. 75, 76. Let's grab $4 and change. There it is. And now we are set up. Puck is off. Let's grab the dice. Give him a throw and see if we can't get it this turn. Set up for the 6-2, 6-2. Opening, come out roll is, there's a 2, 3, 5. Okay, so we know we can hit the inside numbers. There's a 5. Come down here and have another toss. Okay, going back to that 3, 5, 3, 1. That is typically targeting 6s and 8s. So here is our throw. That's a 2, 3, 5 right back. Okay, that's a buckshot. We will take that. Again, 25 pays us 28, or 20 pays us 28. So there's that. There's 28. We drop $2. Now we just add 15s to the outside, making it $35 each. Turn the puck off. And have another throw. Our next come out roll, we get Boxcars. Holy cow. Nice. And just for the purposes of this video, I'm not doing pass line on it because I'm just trying to essentially show the motion of the system itself. There's a 5-4 neener. Mark that, and let's see if we can't get another 9. That'd be nice, or even a 5. 3, 5, 3, 1. Here is our next throw. 6, 1 again. Holy cow. It doesn't want us to get out of the system. That's okay. So I'll drop this back down to 20s. Drop another $76, and we'll try again. Turn our puck off. All right, let's head down. Let's throw our dice. We're going to stay with our dice set. We believe in them. I do, especially after this weekend. Here's our first come out on this roll. A 2, 4, 6. We'll mark that 6 on the tracker. We'll mark it on the board as our point. There we are. And let's have a toss. And there we are, looking at my landing zone. Here we go. Come on, inside number. That's a 5. We'll take it. Again, that's 28. Oh. We'll drop them $2. Makes it another 5. Puts it at 35 on the 5 and 9. And we'll go to our next throw. Here we have a Yo 11. Slide them back down. Sorry, I was just marking the ATS. I like following that just to kind of see how my dice are doing. Just a nice little tracking system for me personally. Next throw. Oh, nice. Stuck it on the 6. We'll take it. That's the point. That is going to pay us $21. All right, now we're going to drop them 3. And that'll turn these into 30. There we are. Slide our dice back down. So any hit next, we're out of the hand. Let's get our dice set. Of course, we're not working the come out. Here's our throw. Heart 8. We'll take it. That's our point, is an 8. Slide back down. And 3, 5, 3, 1 is our set. Let's have a throw. A 5. Nice. Okay, there it is. So that is going to pay us $49. So I'm going to drop them $1. That pays us $50. Now we just regress down. So again, very simple because we're going to go to 20s on the outside. And then on the inside, you go down to 18. 18 from 30, well, you get $12 change, right? So that's $24 coming back. No, I don't have any more change. So there's 20 and 4. And then I've got another 30, 40, 50. So there's 104 coming off. We are out of the hand and got most of... Oh, we got all of the first one, but we got 2 more we're going to try to tackle. So let's drop these back down to where it needs to be. 18 and 18 is what we're after. Got 20s on the outside. Now we can continue rolling. Just right back to 76 on the inside. Let's see here. 3, 5, 3, 1. And we'll have another throw. That's a yo. We already had that. So we'll just continue on. So what do you guys think? I mean, yeah, we had a couple rough rolls there at the beginning. It doesn't seem to be too difficult. I like getting up to that 1 for 50 on one hit. There's a 10. We'll mark that. Big bend down on the end. And I like it has the ability to get into 2 hits if you can pound those 5s and 9s. So just a little bonus feature to that, if you will. Here comes our next throw. 8. Perfect. So the 8 is the point. That's going to pay us $21. I'm going to drop them $3. And then we'll take the insides to 30 each. That was the point. We'll turn it off. And now we'll have another toss. Staying with our 6-2, 6-2 come out roll, or dice set for our come out roll, we get, there is a 4-1-5. We're going to stay alive. Mark it and slide down. Three, 5, 3, 1. Hard 10. Try again. Okay, 3, 5, 3, 1. That means I had my right die kick on me a little bit. That's okay. Here's our next toss. 3, 1, 4. Pretty. That was right in where we wanted to be. Here's our next toss. 3, 4. Okay. Well, we got out of the hand. I'm not upset by that because, again, we were just at casino profit at that point. Let's try one more time. Take that down to 18 and 18. I'll drop 76 for the dealers. 75, 76. There we are. Actually, we made out on that hand because we had 76. We made 104. So we did make a little extra there. Slide our dice down. Turn our puck off. Let's get 5 dice. Spill them on the table. We get 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Let's shake them up. 2 2s. 3 2s. I'll just take the first 2 I saw. And chuck them down. Here we go. We have a Yo 11. Pay that front line winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Have another toss. Next throw. A 3, 1, 4. We'll mark the 4 on the tracker. Slide our dice down. Mark it on the board. Let's throw them down. Going back to the 3, 5, 3, 1. I'm going to try to pound some 6s and 8s. Next toss. That's a hard 4. That's a buckshot. Turn the point off. Grab the dice. Let's throw them again. Here we are on the come out. A 2, 4, 6. Another nice inside hit. Take the dice. Staying with the 3, 5, 3, 1. Let's see if we can't hit an inside number. 3, 4. All right. Well, that's it. So, yes, we are down on the hand, but I'm hoping that by seeing how this system works, you can understand getting out in 2 hits especially if you can hit those 5s and 9s, is a really nice added piece to this. Or you can go with 2 hits here and still be in the hand for a couple dollars, and you can either reset or just leave them at 30 and go for a 3rd hit and see if you get the 5 and 9. Because if you are in for only a couple dollars and then the 5 or 9 hits regress to 77 across or 76 across on the inside, and then essentially you are out of the hand clearly, and then you can just reset it and go again, reset it, go again, reset it, go again. So it's a really nice building ladder system. 2 hits or 3 hits, depending on how many it takes. A very simple strategy that could possibly help you grind your system into a bigger bankroll the next time you're out at the casino. Now, regardless of how the results were, I'm hoping that you were able to see how the system worked and how it could possibly help you at a casino the next time you are struggling on your bankroll at the casino. If it's not working and it goes 2 or 3 times and you're like, get off the table. It could be that you're just having a cold table, or simply just switch over to the dark side. That's always an option. Not saying you should, but it is an option. Regardless, the 76 inside strategy is a nice little strategy, especially if you are able to pound those 5s and 9s. It can be a 2 hit and out, and then you're up, and then just keep laddering it up and down until you get to a point that you're comfortable with your bankroll is at that point. So hopefully this helped you out, and if you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Also, we got subscribers. We'll always love them. Hit that button and hit the bell notification. You'll know when our next video comes out. Until next time, this is Bob on KC Craps.